blockchain.
What options are there for passive income Bitcoin owners? Lending through decentralized finance or custodian services, or maybe something else? Please share your opinion on specific DeFi contracts or custodian services if possible. Now, what Piran is talking about here is the general idea of making your money work for you. And if you have a bit of Bitcoin sitting around, you really have one option which is very straightforward, and that is to hold. And if you hold, you hope that there'll be an appreciation of your capital through the broader market forces. But of course, you know, what goes up can come down. You never know how that's going to play out over the long term. The problem with just holding, of course, is that your capital isn't earning anything. It's not earning dividends, it's not earning interest. It may have capital appreciation because the price changes, but it's not working for you. So, passive income is when you put your capital to work, and that carries risks. One way you can generate passive income, of course, is to invest in a startup or to invest directly in the ecosystem through a number of offerings that are available on custodial exchanges. That sounds terrible. I mean, you're giving your money to other people, and among the risks of theft and seizure, freezing, and all of the other risks of custodial systems, if you put your money in one, two, or several startups, of course, you know, they may mismanage it, and there is a pretty big risk in this industry. So what Piran is focusing on is the possibility of using decentralized finance platforms in order to earn some income, some passive income through lending activities. And of course, there are other things you can do, and I'm not even going to go into these. You can day trade, of course, and you can pull your Bitcoin out and convert it and buy 1,000 altcoins and then watch them all crash by 98%. And wonder why your day trading strategy hasn't worked. There are a few options for lending. There are native Bitcoin options. For example, there's a company called Salt Lending where you can get a loan, and I believe you can also lend your own Bitcoin to earn some interest. Not sure how good that is. Haven't tried it myself, and as far as I understand it, and this is the key problem, it is a custodial service. So you will be giving your coins to someone else. Another option without giving your coins to someone else is using a decentralized finance contract, and let's get to that. Here, for example, what you could do is you could convert your Bitcoin into Ether or directly into Dai, which is a stablecoin, and you could put it in a platform where you could lend out that Dai and earn interest. And there are half a dozen different platforms for doing that in the DeFi ecosystem, including, of course, the actual MakerDAO platform for Dai, which has what's known as a Dai savings system, which gives you interest. So it's basically like a savings account where you earn interest. And the way that works is that the interest you earn is the interest that DAI borrowers pay into the pool for borrowing DAI on the market. Now, is this risk-free? Is it risky? It is quite risky, and it's risky for a number of factors. First of all, you're going to be moving from Bitcoin to an Ethereum-based platform, and the security isn't quite equivalent. Ethereum has advantages in flexibility, and it pays a small price in security as a result. The second problem is that you expose yourself to a variety of new risks, not custodial risks as you would have with custodial lending, but platform risks. So first of all, the underlying platform, which is Ethereum, may have problems. It may have bugs. The consensus algorithm may have failures. You may have increases in the gas price, which leads to other cascade problems. And all of those things can cause you to lose some or all of your invested capital. The other platform risk you have on top of that is the platform risk in the smart contract that you're using to lend your currency. So whether that's the MakerDAO system with DAI or some other system you're using, Compound and others, that allows you to lend your funds. If those smart contracts have bugs, or should I say, when we find the bugs in those smart contracts, because it's almost impossible to guarantee that a smart contract doesn't have any bugs, and how those bugs interact with the underlying platform risk, again, you are taking a big risk there, a much bigger risk than simply holding. But on the other hand, without risk, you can't get a return on your investment. So then it's a matter of balancing, diversifying, and deciding how much risk you can afford within your portfolio in order to spice it up and generate some returns. Disclaimer here, I do use these platforms, and I have used the DAI system in order to basically borrow against my holdings in order to generate a bit of side capital, which I've invested in other things. So I have used these systems, but I've used them knowing that I am willing to risk the entire capital base that I've invested in these systems and lose it all. And if I do lose it all, I'll be very upset, but, you know, I won't be crying for days.
میهن بلاکچین